This season just keeps getting worse and worse for Hailie Deegan. She initially got some bad news when she was left out of the lineup for AM Racing for the Chicago Street Race. But now it looks as though she won't even be driving next weekend in Pocono. This certainly puts a lot of doubt in Hailie Deegan's future in NASCAR. Around a week ago, AM Racing announced that Joey Logano would be stepping into the number 15 car for Chicago. This was desperately needed for AM Racing as they have not had a lot of good results in this season. Their best race came in Talladega, where Hailie managed to finish 12th. With no top 10 results, Deegan sits at 27th place at the points table. It's safe to say that it's next to impossible for Deegan to make the playoffs this year. The only chance is for her to miraculously win a race in the next races. But now there's doubt that she will even be driving anymore for AM Racing. NASCAR reporter Bob Pockris stated this on X. Checked in with AM Racing folks here in the Xfinity garage. And still TBD as far as who is in the number 15 car next week at Pocono and Deegan's status. With AM Racing not willing to confirm or deny Deegan as the driver for the number 15 car, it indicates that they're having second thoughts on whether to keep Deegan on the team going forward. To be honest, we can't blame them. While Hailie Deegan has been falling back on her performance, we have been striving forward. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the latest NASCAR news. Hailie Deegan first came into the NASCAR Xfinity Series with incredible hype, as she's the only female driver in the Xfinity Series and only the second woman in NASCAR history. However, her performances failed to keep up the hype. After 17 races, she is still in last place in the points table among the full-time drivers. It was clear that AM Racing had to do something to start making some progress. Getting Logano in the car for Chicago seems to be the first step. Here's what Wade Moore said about his decision to put Logano in the number 15. The level of competition in the Xfinity Series is as competitive as it's ever been, Moore said in a release from the team, which will have primary sponsorship from Clutch Vodka on the number 15 car entry this weekend. It is our goal at AM Racing to field a competitive race team through our technical alliance with Stewart-Haas Racing and provide any of our drivers the best equipment and opportunity to be successful on the track each weekend. With that being said, we haven't had the success on the track that we were hoping for in the first half of the season. When the opportunity to have Joey in the car at Chicago became a possibility, we felt we needed to take advantage of the knowledge and feedback that a two-time NASCAR Cup Series champion could provide to our team's growth. AM Racing is hoping that Logano, a two-time Cup Series champion, will be able to provide some positive feedback from driving the number 15 Ford. At the end of the day, NASCAR is a data game. However, the team needs to have a good driver at the wheel who can provide the right feedback on the performance. If the feedback given is not right, the team will not be able to improve the performance of the car by adjusting their setup. When Logano was asked to step into the number 15, here's what he said. They called me last week and said, "Hey, we've got the seat here for the 15. That seems like it's going to open up, and do you want to drive it?" Logano explained. I thought, well, I think so. Let me clear with my boss, Roger Penske, and make sure that's okay and there's no sponsor conflicts. Once I had all that cleared, it just seemed to make sense on really both ends. That's what a good deal is, when it works on both sides of the deal. When you think about AM Racing, they were looking to have an experienced driver in there, and get kind of an idea of where their program's at, and see if I can help them from that perspective. I was looking at it and saying, man, I can get more laps in the Chicago street course. Can't be anything bad with that either. I feel like that was worth it to me. I went up to their shop and checked their cars out. And then I was able to go back up, get the seat in there. Feel pretty good about it at this point. It should be fun. It's definitely a lot different than what I'm used to. And I haven't driven an Xfinity car since 2019. It's been a while since I've been in one. This weekend marks Chicago's second race in NASCAR. Given that it is the first and only street race on the calendar, the data collected from the teams and drivers in previous races this season is almost irrelevant. Hence, every extra second spent on the track will be helpful for their drivers. So when Logano was given the opportunity to drive in Xfinity, he took it. But coming back to Hailie Deegan and AM Racing, Logano's result will not help Deegan's chance to make it into the playoffs, even if she drives for the rest of the season. And even if she manages to win a race this season, she will still need a waiver from NASCAR for not driving in Chicago. What fueled these rumors even more is the fact that Deegan removed AM Racing from her Twitter bio. It is unclear if she did that because she's unhappy about AM Racing taking on Logano for Chicago, or if Deegan has cut all ties to AM Racing. Even in the Truck Series, Deegan's accomplishments were not impressive. Although she managed to get 5 top 10 finishes, she never managed to get into the top 5. There's no doubt that there were some other factors in play to get her into the Xfinity Series. Her sponsors probably got her promoted to the Xfinity Series too quickly. If she had had more time in the Truck Series to start getting into the top 5 and battle for race wins, her performance at Xfinity would probably have been better. Before the Truck Series, Deegan did manage to find success in the K&N Pro Series. She managed to win 3 races and finished 3rd in the championship during her second year in the series. Deegan is currently only 22 years old. She still has years of racing left in her body. However, her sponsors put her in the Xfinity Series before she was ready, and now she's paying the price for it. Her failure to perform in the Xfinity Series this year could set back her entire career. She will most likely not be able to secure another spot on the series if she's let go by AM Racing. If Deegan did remove AM Racing from her bio out of anger for replacing her with Logano, she needs to undo it, because whether she likes it or not, AM Racing is her only hope of staying in the Xfinity Series. But will AM Racing benefit from keeping her on? There are whispers within the racing community about Deegan's true level of talent. Some insiders suggest that she's been given preferential treatment and opportunities not afforded by other drivers of similar skill levels. Whether it's securing sponsorships or gaining access to top-tier equipment, Deegan's connections have undoubtedly played a role in her ascent. It's only a matter of time for her sponsors to drop out because of her poor performances. There's no doubt that connections are vital to help progress in motorsports. However, these connections will only take you so far. Deegan will now need to work on enhancing her skill set if she hopes to penetrate the barrier and secure a permanent spot in the NASCAR Cup Series. Critics argue that Deegan's rapid rise through the ranks has more to do with marketing and PR than actual performance on the track. In an industry driven by results, her failure to perform consistently speaks volumes about her true abilities as a driver. As the spotlight dims and the pressure mounts, the cracks in Deegan's skills are becoming harder to ignore. In a sport like NASCAR, we don't see many female motorsport drivers. Hence, when one arises from the horizon, there are several sponsors and teams looking to use female drivers to promote their brand and image. While some are successful and are able to progress further, others are not able to perform consistently in order to move forward. So far, things are obviously not looking good for her. There were some rumors circulating earlier stating that she would be driving for the Haas factory team next year. But Haas must be mad to make this happen. But this weekend is going to be a crucial one for her, and there's absolutely nothing she can do to control how it goes. With Logano behind the wheel of the number 15, AM Racing will be closely monitoring how he performs. If the difference in performance is drastically different, AM will start to look for other drivers. Besides, AM Racing is the team that is being sponsored by SHR, which will cease to exist next year. They will most likely be supported by Haas factory team, who will have fewer resources to operate. This means that AM Racing will also be looking to make some changes to start focusing on performance. Otherwise, there could be severe consequences. Do you think Hailie Deegan will be in the NASCAR Xfinity Series for longer? Post your thoughts in the comment section below.